Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTbase.com. Welcome to a weekly COT review. Today we're going to be analyzing the 19th Commitments of Traders Report of 2023, and as we always do, we shall start off by looking at the largest changes in commercials net positions. We are going to touch the iCOT Intraday Indicator as well on one market, showing you the capabilities of that intraday indicator. And of course, for those who are new to COT analysis, here at COTbase.com, you'll find a lot of educational material, not only in written format, but we have some very useful videos as well. Please like and subscribe this video if you can. I do appreciate that. Back to the review and starting off with our first market, the gasoline. Once again, we are looking at the classic COT report type. As you can see, we have 4 different COT report types to choose from. The most commonly used and the one with the largest COT history is the classic, or as CFTC calls it, the legacy report. We are analyzing both futures and options combined data. And of course, we're interested in net positions. So let's get to it. Gasoline, as I said, is on top of our list with a 25% change in commercials net position, this based on a 52-week look back period. So we're measuring the recent change compared to the past 52 weeks range in which their net positions has been changing. You can see it's larger than average, but nothing too unusual. It is a bullish COT change signal suggesting strength in the next few days. I would not consider this to be such an exciting signal simply because we have seen a bit of a rise, a bit of a decline as well the last 2 days here in the week, but nothing really major or popping out to be clear. Let's have a look at the 5-year chart. A 5-year chart would give us the opportunity to examine the stress levels in the market. What do I mean by stress levels? When one or the other or both or all 3 trader categories are holding positions at an extreme level. In the case of gasoline, you can see a bearish extreme over here from 2020 and bullish extremes. It's not that like pinpointed, but there's like a range that we are currently in. The market is leaning to bullish COT extreme levels. So we can of course state that both of our major tools, COT change signal and the COT extreme, are pointing upwards in the gasoline. The next market is going to be orange juice. Here we have a 24% change in commercials net positions. You can see the magnitude over there. The change is larger than average, definitely I would say comparatively to gasoline greater. And I like the fact that we are in a declining market environment. So getting a bullish COT change signal may bring us an opportunity. It's definitely a shorter term signal. Moving to the 5-year chart, you can see that we are moving away from bearish COT extreme levels. Okay, if you want to search for anything bullish, then you have to go back to 2019, early 2019, when we had these bullish extremes just preceding this bottoming pattern. And then of course, seeing the market rise, we're not surprised to see more bearish extremes. This bearish stress level has decreased in the past couple of months now. We shall see how this continues on. A green market is something we're going to look at. Oats, to be specific. Oats is a small market, so do not be surprised to see times when there's no COT report on it. This was the case from basically early 2022 for a large part of that year. But again, we have reports, 22% change over here. And this change size is suggesting weakness in the near term. However, you do see larger changes more commonly in this market. Switching to a 5-year chart, you can see that this is actually a bullish stress level in this market, suggesting higher prices to come in the next couple of weeks or possibly month or years ahead of us. But we do like these bullish extremes after seeing a decline in the market, which has happened since 2022. In the last 1 year, the market has dropped significantly, so we're not surprised to see that bullish stress level in it. Moving on to large speculator COT extreme analysis, we have the Mexican peso on top of our list with 164 report extreme in large speculators. This, of course, is a bearish COT extreme, suggesting weakness in the Mexican peso in the next couple of weeks and month ahead of us. Then we have a few complex markets. Complex means we are combining the COT data of the individual markets within that market category, and then giving you a combined COT report. It's not something I'm going to open up in this review, but the Euro British pound currency pair is there to analyze. Now, of course, this is a currency pair, and you know that we have separate COT reports for the Euro and the British pound. And as you can see, we do not have such a long history of data here. So it does go back to 2014, however, for quite some time, more than a year. We did not really see that much data going on. It is a bearish stress level, the 113 report extreme. It can grow to even greater bearish extreme levels. But I would urge anybody who's interested in this market to examine the separate markets, the Euro and the British pound COT reports, analyze them separately to understand which one is the weaker or stronger market. And here I'm just going to pop over to the TradingView platform and show you real quick what the iCOT Intraday Indicator with AfterSignal does on the Euro British pound currency pair. As you can see, this is a 1 hour candlestick chart. We have the iCOT scores, very similar to COT charts. Of course, this is data not from CFTC, but our own data that we have compiled. And you can see how it performs on a 1 hour candlestick chart. We have the strongest signal type, the stripe signal, when we have both the red line, we can call them commercials, green line, we can call them speculators, are at an extreme. And then, of course, we have some bearish stripe signals as well. The good thing about the AfterSignal, it filters out a lot of signals and tells you when to go and enter the market. So it's an interesting tool that I think you should have a look at if you are somebody who's interested in more shorter time frames. And of course, combining the two analysis method is probably the best way to do it. Let's move on and have a look at our last market for this review. We're going to have a look at gold. Of course, on a 5-year chart, as usual, it's only a 53 report extreme. Okay, you really have to open charts and examine. So if we look at the most bearish COT extreme and the most bullish extreme, and again, I'm focusing on the red line right now. I don't know why. I actually do know why I like looking at commercials. The reason I'm talking more about commercial traders is I believe that they have a much better understanding of market fundamentals. So they have a more broader knowledge, and they're not necessarily there to gain on price movements, but rather hedge their normal business activities. So the most bullish extreme back over here in 2018, what a beautiful time to buy into gold, price being under $1,200. And of course, we are above 2,000 now. So that was a very successful bullish extreme. Are we at a time where we should be cautious about this rise in precious metals? Based on COT report analysis, I do not think that is the case. So there's definitely room to get to even greater bearish extremes. On this all-time chart, you can see that we have had much greater bearish extremes in the past. And as you can see, the tendency is that these extremes widen and widen, and we get even greater all-time extremes at those trend reversals. So that's not the case in gold. The CO2 report is leaning towards the bearish side of things. However, I would not consider this to be anything to be worried about. We should be expecting this bullish extreme that was back in 2018 to continue its course and pushing the market higher. That is all for this review. Don't forget, there's so much to do here at cotbase.com. You can, of course, focus your attention on a specific market and analyze that. We talked about the Euro British pound. You can actually choose that market and dig into its COT data. You can download our data if you are a pro member, and we have some very useful indicators as well. The COT Base Pro, which offers you everything you see in these reviews, the access to the website. But above all that, we do give you an indicator that you can use in your own NinjaTrader platform. Now, if you're somebody who's trading in the shorter time frame but loves COT analysis, then iCOT Intraday Indicator, with or without AfterSignal, these two are something that you might want to examine and test. We do offer a lot of example charts, explanation videos. You can see what the different signals are and how you can really benefit from this indicator. Thank you very much for your attention. I appreciate you being with me. I wish you guys a pleasant weekend, and I'm hopeful that I can see you in my next COT review. Once again, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so. That means a lot to the channel. And see you guys next time. Take care. Goodbye.